2 games.
First ban for Vici Gaming. Again, a nod towards Misery and his Slardar, something that Vici Gaming just don't want to have to deal with here. Secret, we'll see if maybe they opt to leave out the Doom for themselves and put their ban instead on something like the Undying. Something that Vici Gaming loved to go for lane dominance. No, a repeat from what we saw in game number 2. A second ban going to be on the Alchemist. Vici Gaming, will they let the Doom through? We'll see. Or do you think they may put more priority in something else, ridding out maybe heavy team fight and high ground control like the Darkseer?
Really hard to say though. Like SF was also a really big problem. Like right now, Secret is on the Radiant side, so you might also want to consider banning that as well. So it's really tough to say.
Ember Spirit going to be going here, something we've been seeing a lot from typically Envy, but also a little bit from Burning. And for the third game straight, a first pick Doom, now back into the Secret ball court.
I think Vici Gaming will take Undying in one of these 2 picks. Not only is it one of Fenrir's better heroes, put that Tombstone on the trap on the high ground, and then you get the Rosh advantage. But instead, they're going to go with AA and Clockwork, 2 heroes that give you Roshan advantage when it comes to Vision. Berlin talked about the Ice Vortex. Of course, you have the Clockwork Rocket check in case that Secret do for that mid-game smoke into the Roshan, try to seek something out. So, and Winter, like you mentioned in game number 1, some key initiation goes well with the AA. Good comfort pick here for Vici.
Funny, after those 2 Doom games, we have to see a Lich to be paired with it. Think that would have been a hot commodity, but it was ignored and passed by both times.
5 seconds remaining.
Bounty Hunter.
So while Secret actually goes for like VH is like quite good for dealing against AA, because AA wants to sit in a lane, you want to keep pulling, get experience, and Bounty could actually mess that up a lot. So it's a hero that directly shuts down greedy supports like AA.
This has got to be good for maybe the off-lane position here for Vici, knowing that the Bounty Hunter is going to be looking to roam around and add pressure elsewhere. Is there a way Vici Gaming could use that to their benefit to just enhance their lanes a bit further, knowing that he won't be there and ready to help out the safe laner?
Yeah, but Clockwork's not the best like dual laner, so like Clockwork usually, even if the enemy runs something greedy, it's kind of hard to dual lane with Clockwork. We saw it from CDAC, they did like Wind Ranger plus Clockwork.
Yeah, I was going to say, and Vici Gaming are one to pull out that crafty FY Wind Ranger.
Yeah, I think if you want to pressure, you have to do a tri-lane, off-lane, and Clockwork safe lane solo. It's very hard to pressure with Clockwork +1.
But then Clockwork doesn't really, like, if you do 1v1 against Doom, you don't really like have a favorable matchup, right? Doom is going to farm more, so it's kind of something you have to consider at the same time.
It's surprising to see Vici pick up Clockwork so early, because Ice has a very wide hero pool. Generally, with their early picks, they secure it for Super. I'm not sure why they thought Clockwork was this important early, because I don't think Team Secret will be banning on Clock.
Oh, they banned out the Meepo here. Maybe they just want to go for a lot of single target focus and heroes that don't really deal with the Meepo very well. But like you mentioned, I think the Clockwork opening this game, it's probably mainly to do with not giving away anything as well. They're not sure of what type of strategies they want to go into the mid game, and Clockwork is just going to fit whatever you want to draft in the next few picks. So that might be the case for them.
Smart.
Oh. Smart. On Vici Gaming? Don't see that very often.
Well, you could get rid of the Bounty Hunter track very easily.
And not only that, because you can actually deal with like the Doom, because Doom has a very long cast range with the ultimate, so you can actually use your spells to really delay and stop the Doom from casting his ultimate on you. And you can actually kill the Doom if you're far ahead enough before he actually casts his ultimate on you.
Plus they have the benefit of the AA being on their team. The Spirit Breaker had already been eliminated, so typically a good counter for something like the Slark. And to agree, this is still just an interesting trend from Vici Gaming in the draft. Pulling out a Slark just seems a bit early. You already mentioned the Clockwork. Can't help but feel like something's fishy there. I mean, no pun intended.
Puppy normally, Winter pointed out, draft very stun light. So Slark automatically a very good hero. One of Secret's best hero is Spain, and not exactly a good pick against Slark. So now Disruptor, another one of Secret's best support heroes.
It's very good versus Slug, like you mentioned. Like Slug gets control, and you can't dark pack away from the glimpse, and you get trapped in the silence. It's very troublesome for Slug to deal with Disruptor. You usually don't want to go early BKBs, but against Disruptor, it's something to consider that you might have to go BKB maybe after one item. Maybe after your SMY, you have to get BKB, or even after your Shadow Blade.
10 seconds remaining.
Slark's a pretty risky pickup this early, though. We usually see Ehome ban out the Disruptor, as you mentioned, but early and strong Slark can still, I think, snowball versus a Disruptor. Slark versus Doom is definitely a weird matchup. Slark can still kind of heal it off. He's out of vision of the Doom.
Yeah, unless you get Aghanims. Like, before the Doom gets Aghanims, Slark is still fine with
Pretty
it.
good.
Okay, so here's a stat. Bernie has 6 recorded pro games with Slark, and he's
6.
won 2 of them.
Whoa.
So
Why not now? Pull it out again, right? Grand finals, let's do it.
He might not be the one playing it right. I've seen Super play some.
FY, FY, 4-position roaming Slark. Come on, Winter.
You wish, dude. In your dreams.
Oh, I see a Wraith King, and we're going to be the ones to play it this time.
is this a support Wraith King?
What is happening right now?
Support
I think
Wraith
it's support.
might be if they run safe lane Wraith King, it has to be like some mid slug, like I mentioned, Super playing the slug. But slug doesn't really do too well mid lane. It depends a lot on what is he match up against, and like for MVP, sometimes they pick slug, they put Q on like the mid row. They don't really care about what type of matchups they put him sometimes, because slug can deal with like certain heroes, but I think overall, if he's up against a tough matchup, even though if he falls behind, you can still jungle with your Dark Tag as you get levels, so you can catch up in the jungle. So maybe they're feeling that even if Stark doesn't get a good start, you can just jungle and just catch up. Because they have Clockwork, right? Clockwork's going to make space, so your 2 cores are going to have a lot of time to farm.
I think FY is having a nightmare. Remember the last time where he played a Rubik against Bounty? You talked about you weren't fangirling over that Rubik versus the Magnus performance. A big part of that, as we see an anti-mage pickup, a big part of that was Bounty Hunter actually getting a dig on 5 in that game, and every time he saw the Rubik, and he was dead. So I think the Wraith King pickup here lets him tank up a lot more.
Support Wraith King, man.
Support Wraith King.
Support Wraith King.
You can't be a core this time against it, anti-mage.
They picked up an anti-mage. Were they anticipate, or are they anticipating that this is a core Wraith King, that they feel it's necessary to go for it?
It's still pretty good versus their lineup, even if it's a support.
They don't have much like reliable lockdowns to actually gank the aim. I mean, they have a stun from Wraith King, but you can blink away and dodge it, so they are lacking in terms of lockdown department. So AM is a very hard hero for them to deal with if he gets too farmed. And right now, because they have Doom, and then plus they have Anti-Mage, and then Bounty Hunter, it sort of forces like Vici to be on the aggressive team, like on the aggressive side this time. Because you can't really let them farm and get a good early game. It's going to be very tough to deal with their heroes later.
A Zeus fan.
The Zeus fan, man. That is peculiar here.
Yeah, Zeus is really good versus Stark, because you can bolt him when he's in a Shadow Dance.
Yeah, overall this draft is, I think, looking much more favorable for Secret right now, because they have to shut down the AM.
Don't you think they have to contest like with something like Lich dueling, and you have to contest the AM, right?
Well, you can't. They want a core for Super, right? Though, right? You don't want to put the Slark mid and have Wraith King as a core. I don't think for assists. But if you don't aggro, Anti-Mage and Doom are likely going to get a lot of farm.
One thing you can do is aggressive trialing against the AM, something that
But they don't have the right heroes to do that though. They
AA, Wraith King, and
have
then you
2 melee heroes.
It's mediocre. They can easily just swap and sack the Doom.
Yeah,
for
and
example.
Secret can just make the off lane their safe lane and dodge your lane, like what they usually
So
do.
are you saying Vici drafted himself into a hole?
No, it's just they have a lot more pressure to actually make things happen. They can't let the game go too late without making the nice
Unless
smoke
they
rotations
secure a lot of advantage in the early to mid phase, then they can go into the game. Like what happened to Team Secret the last game.
Remaining.
Well, okay, who's that? Back to TI4 we go.
They have to end the game like at a certain amount of time, and that Prophet would allow them to do it.
Yeah.
And secondly, that Prophet is a hero that is much better against Doom as well. As soon as you pop your ultimate, you're not worried about the Doom casting his ultimate on you, because you don't really care at that point.
Although the Stark doesn't really fit that well in their lineup, though. He's like the odd one out. Like if you want to end the game early, you'd want something that can push towers much earlier, like Lone Druid or Pugna or something like that. But I think like when you see this Anti-Mage plus Doom and then a Bounty Hunter to interrupt your farm and interrupt your split push, you have to go for this. It's not completely all in, because they do have Wraith King and Stark going into late game, as well as we've seen Death Prophet do fairly well sometimes, but it is pretty risky.
I mean, when you look at Team Secret's base defense, what is there? They don't have any long-range AoE, Bounty Hunters.
They can just go for Queen or Wind Ranger, then they have spam to clear out the waves, I think. Those 2 heroes are pretty good at delaying pushes, and like you mentioned, it's very important for them to have spam so they can actually delay the game for the AM and the Doom. So I think the two heroes that I mentioned, the Wind Ranger and the Queen of Pain, could be really good options here for Secret.
Just great to see these two teams go toe-to-toe. It's clear they are in their own bubble.
They might be going for something very weird though, because they're taking so much time.
Remaining.
They need, but they definitely need wave clear and to delay the game for the AM and the Doom.
Wind Ranger at your service.
All right. The Weehaw Wind Ranger.
The Wee Ranger.
Is that the new name?
That's what I hear.
All right.
might
Move
just,
over, Light
they
Evan.
might just get a lot of, if they can actually get a lot of kills with the track and Wind Ranger, and Bounty can also help secure the early laning phase for Wind Ranger by getting a lot of ganks happen towards the mid lane. This game might just snowball of control for the Wind Ranger. I still feel like what Ben mentioned, Vici Gaming is under a lot of pressure to make a lot of things happen. They have to be the aggressors, they have to make the first move to pressure, take towers, and they cannot allow the game to drag on too late.
And that's all going to be really difficult with the bounty hunter scouting them out all the time. It's going to be difficult for like Wraith King to get ganked off. He's, not the greatest early game. Same with AA.
I think the team sort of swapped positions this time around. In the second game, Secret had a drop that they had to outplay the opponent. To win the game, and right now Vici has the drop that they need to play very well. They need to outplay Secret, otherwise the game will be very difficult for them.
Well, wouldn't that make you a bit nervous? You're a Vici fan. Based on the last game we saw with some of those execution errors, we'll have to see if they're going to be able to sharpen up here as we hop in now. It's game number 3 of your grand final. Secret going against Vici Gaming. Let's hand it over to our casters. It's LD and Gods.
Thank you very much, Dakota Gods. We are live here at the Suntech Convention Center in Singapore, one of the biggest Dota 2 events ever and the biggest in Southeast Asia. This is exciting. A lot of money on the line. Over 4,000 people have come down. Thank you all for coming out. It's been a blast already. And game 3 now begins, tied up 1-1 in the best of 5.
And the drafts have taken a big turn. We saw a lot of just like a bit of a groove being found for both teams as far as their first meeting in the winner bracket finals and now in the grand finals. But game 3 here, Anti-Mage, Death Prophet, Wraith King, Slarks, these are picks we just have not seen from either team really at all this tournament.
Unusual smoke move by Vici. It's going to get broken. Puppy, FY. He finds the long-range grab. They do have a pounce available. It's a connection. And with the chilly touch, this will be your first blood. Vici Gaming, a very unusual angle. Almost always, Gods, nowadays, we either see like that one hero TP run up the ramp, one hero TP bottom and run into the jungle, or 5 heroes down bottom. You don't see that 5 hero rotation up mid very often.
No, not at all, and completely catches Secret by surprise. I imagine that was where Vici had done some homework. Oh, Anti-Mage secures Bounty Rune against Ice, and just seeing kind of Secret's level 1 movements and kind of predict like a path where they can find an early level 1 smoke gank such as that. Pai's actually being dusted here in the dire jungle, could be in some trouble.
They do not the chilling touch, and the dust about
2
for
seconds.
1 or 2 seconds here. Will leave them on it for a stun? No, Pai. But another sentry. They're going for it. One more auto attack. That's all they need. Oh, the pass! He's gonna live. He's gonna live. Dust and 5. They're gonna YOLO this dust possibly. Let's see. Let's see if they can find him. They're close. You're waiting on the crowd noise to figure it out. Oh, there you go. They found him. Will die. My goodness. A 2-0 start for Vici. As far as the bounty runes go, they did get one for the mid Death Prophet. Okay, Gods. So you've had a few moments here to compose yourself after the Death Prophet pick. Well, why Death Prophet? Uh-oh. Well, not for this. Super Cut mid. Power shot not available, but they've got the win run. They're going to run him down with auto attacks, perhaps salving up. Really committing for this. Turns with the nuke. Pai will slip away. Barely. My goodness. 2-1 now. Okay. Okay. All right. Are we done now, guys?
I hope not, LD. Very much for the 5-man. This is a game where Vici Gaming, they're on the dire side for the first time this series and will be looking to control Roche take objectives much more than they have in past games around the Death Prophet, but very much a vulnerable laning stage, which Vici Gaming somewhat made up for initially with those early kills, but since respawning, Pi is just going to continue to camp this mid lane.
They're setting up again mid on Super. Doesn't have the detection right now. Wee does have the level 1 Shackle, but...
Wants to get him low first, and then look for the Shackle. From full HP, they won't kill him unless he pushes up really deep.
2-hero rotation is scouted out now as FY pokes his head out. There's that sentry for Super. Okay, now he's got a pack, so he'll have a little bit of protection against the bounty.
Super's in so much trouble. He's not getting a bottle anytime soon in this mid lane. Has 3 CS against Wee has 9 CS.
Fenrir also may be in trouble as Pi is going to bait out the Chilling Touch. Bounty Hunter already doing work. Yeah, sure, they got the kill on him, guys, but they've been forced to drop 3 sentries. They popped 2 dust to get that kill.
Those 2 kills that Vici got definitely helped them out a little bit, give them a bit of a gold boost, but it's still very much okay for Secret. They can deal with this. They've already got the pressure coming the way of the Death Prophet, and Super's not getting anything out of this lane. They may actually go down again here.
The pressure mounts. He does have the nuke cooling down. Shackle's going to be there. Highlight die. 1 auto attack and a nuke. Oh, just gets it. Super. Close call, but he's going to die. Weehaw comes out on top again, getting another kill on the enemy mid. And no rotation in sight. Now FY will strut into the lane, but really, what can he do on his own? Just an auto attack here and there. Your 13-5 win range, your Death Prophet not only dying, but also not farming. Bottle already up. Boots are available. The Death Prophet experiment is quickly becoming a disaster here. Vici Gaming.
Yeah, they can always look to catch up around the Exorcism, which did receive a lot of buffs at the early level. So level 1 Exorcism a lot better at bringing down towers, and that's going to be kind of the comeback as far as Death Prophet is concerned. Looking at the big picture, Ice getting a decent amount of XP out of this off lane, already level 3. The safe lane for burning, a free farm lane, much like the anti-mages lane though, and we'll have to see what Vici can do once they hit their item
level
timing.
2 Scorched Earth burning. Say hello to the Bounty Hunter, does have the pounce, and they are looking to dive this. Are they fully committing? There's nothing else aside from the Orb of Venom, so 1 more auto attack. Where's the backup? Burning got a salve up.
Misery's
No Shuriken right now.
Oh, they got the dust as well. Pi's going to go down as well.
Turn it. All right, Misery goes down. The backup has arrived. Vici Gaming looking for Pi as well. They will find the counter kill. Meanwhile, mid lane, Super starting to get harassed. The level 3 power shot now online. Now down towards the bottom rune. Ice wanting to fight Puppy, but unfortunately, Battery Assault not too useful against Illusions. Tries to nuke him. FY's here. Weehi's committed the win run to go in. This might actually be an opportunity for a kill. They have the follow-up damage. Blasted away. The Wee Ranger slowed down.
This is
They needed that.
5-0 Ancient Apparition. Fenrir has gone from playing like 10 position support last game. He was supporting for a greedy 4-core lineup and played amazing well. In this game, he starts off with 5 kills. So how the tides have turned for this player, and well, not really the ideal hero to be getting all these kills since he's most likely going to be dying at some point as that 5 position support. But either way, the important thing for Vici is they're getting the kills, they're doing well here in the early game, and now they've kind of salvaged the poor start that the Death Prophet initially had.
Yeah, it was about 1,000 gold lead at one point. Very fast for Secret. And they are planting down additional sentries, hoping to find the Bounty Hunter and punish him on his rotation towards the mid lane. Ice continue to post up on him. Only a level 1 glimpse now. Puppy choosing to save that 3rd skill point. We'll pop out the cogs, try to mess up some of these pulls. And Pi's going to look to punish. Ice on the run, rotating in as well. It's going to be Weehaw. Shackle level 1 available. That's not going to connect. Still they look to chase. They've got the level 3 power shot. Not quite enough damage. Yeah, but they are pulling Vici Gaming strings, forcing them to react a bit. This is freeing up burning though, gods. Now level 6.
Yeah, that was actually just fine. That's Ice in a nutshell there. Create space. Drew in 4 secret heroes. They even brought the AM off the lane, missing a couple of CS because he thought they could get the kill. Puppy didn't get the glimpse. Weeha didn't get the shackle, and just classic Ice, and that is good news for Vici Gaming. Super now gets the space he needs, level 6, and won't level up the ultimate just yet, but we'll see that, I imagine, sometime in the next couple of levels.
The stacking commences now for Vici Gaming as they've managed to secure 2 double stacks in their woods. Death Prophet used to be really popped. Oh, the dust. Pi die. He wanted the rune. Well, you got it now, Pi, but comes at the price. Bounty rune grab, but the turn is there. Good news for Secret, they'll also grab a haste rune, and this one on Weehaw gods. I guess Vici will be happy it's only a level 1 shackle, because we've all seen what the Wee Ranger can do with even the most modest of beginnings.
big thing is here is for people not to kind of confuse this big kill lead Vici have for an early game lead. They're committing a lot of resources to get these kills. The sentries and dust they have to keep on buying is a big toll on their economy.
And Envy's free farming.
Yeah, Envy's free farming. All three of the secret cores are getting good amounts of farm. Doom is getting way more farm than the Clockwork is, so it's actually Secret who are ahead on overall net worth right now. Not like a measurement necessarily be looked at too closely, considering we're 7 minutes in. And there's plenty of stacks for Vici Gaming that they can fall back to farm, but very much not a Vici Gaming lead. They're dealing with the bounty hunter and preventing his early game from being effective, but it's not really coming at a huge advantage to their own lineup.
Still that Death Prophet mid super. The struggle continues a bit. The stacks may help him get back in the game. I think the bounty hunter is really seen just yet, but Pi might be able to scout it out soon. The sentry is waiting for him. The ambush is set. Will he fall prey to it? Pile die, playing it nice and safe here. He does see the supports. I think he may have even seen them run up and drop the sentry. He was carefully monitoring their inventories. Pings are coming out back and forth from both teams. Oh, it looks like Ice.
Okay.
Over to the mid lane now. Good Death Prophet off to the jungle. Yeah. And this means Envy, totally free lane.
Yeah, they can, free lane regardless. If Clock's down there, it's still a free lane as well. Death Prophet actually TP in. One hero who can contest this lane a bit better, but there's a glimpse. They don't want to glimpse him back. They want to kill him.
Not doing it. They want to go for the kill here. Super was not expecting this. And Envy blasts him off the map with a quick Omni Slash. Or not Omni Slash, Mono Void. Excuse me.
That's really costly.
He's got the stacks now. Death Prophet, she was just begun farming these.
Whoa.
Weeha has the level 4 power shot. One array of creeps down, looking for more. He's not only is the Death Prophet going to die, she's going to lose almost all of her farm. The pings are coming out, but I think it's already too late. Lost almost all the creeps here, aside from a couple of the big ones. They need this done. They don't have a hook shot yet. They got to get Weeha trapped in the cogs. Battery assaults are going. Shackle the jukes. He just squirms away.
If you can get him in the cogs there, but it was just too difficult. With Ice just being a little bit too far away, and
well, he didn't get the two big dark trolls. That's somewhat good news for Super.
Yep. You're seeing early.
But still, I mean, it requires 4 heroes to go there, gods. All the while, Anti-Mage farming. Pylai Dai has been given a ton of experience top. That trap backfired entirely for Vici. Really coming back into this one.
We see Envy actually rotate into the jungle now, giving Doom the safe lane. So very much a game of wealth distribution right now for Secret. Willing to give Anti-Mage a slightly slower Blink Dagger, as long as it means they're getting more farm across the board on heroes that kind of need some of these item timings. Misery getting a fast drums, for example, can just allow him to fight, and then he returns the favor by creating space for Eternal Envy later on by having these early game items.
The Wind Ranger having quite a good time mid, Weeha, despite that death. Sitting up there in the top 2. This feels somewhat reminiscent of the Secret matches in the winner bracket finals, where every game it was Weeha and Envy on top of the net worth chart pretty much the entire game after the early laning stage.
And it feels very much Vici Gaming. They're almost too reliant on Clockwork hitting level 6 this game to kind of give them any momentum. Until that point, they're very limited in what they can do.
Moving towards Weeha. Back up.
Pi got very close to that sentry. Must have stayed just out of range.
I thought he ran past it, but maybe it was just back.
Ice finally leeches his level 6. We'll move back to the high ground. I imagine it's smoke time for Ice, possibly FY as well.
Do you want to play the game of farm here, though, if you're up against Secret Gods? They have Devour, Midas, now on the Doom, Track Gold, and an Anti-Mage Wind Ranger, 2 of the better turbo farming cores.
You can't just go for pure like a farm battle. You've got to mix in smoke ganks, finding pickoffs, using the Clockwork hookshot. I don't feel Vici Gaming have like a timer on their lineup to take all the towers, push and just end the game before it gets to the late game, but they can't just mindlessly farm and expect to win a late game battle. AM will hit a good Battle Fury timing. You've got good late game on the side of Secret, and Vici will very much look for timing windows around the Exorcism. So take a tower here or there, go for pickoffs, and also control the Roshan, which is something they can very much do.
There's the hook, the jump on it, it's on an illusion! Oh, Ice. That's not a great way to start off the Clockwork show. Weeha just sits back and relaxes mid. Normally it's Ice doing the baiting with the illusions, but not this game.
I mean, for now, they've got a Midas Slark kind of competing for farm with a jungling / laning Anti-Mage who's actually out-farming him right now and will continue to do so with the Battle Fury pickup when that comes online.
And Envy's looking at a very fast Battle Fury here. As Pylai Die again moves in, he loves to do this on the Bounty Hunter.
I believe it got
Plant down those deep observer wards. 6 already. He's got track gods. Very fast here.
Oh, Courier, okay, over the trees. Will be kept safe.
That's the Void Stone for Super as well, but... Oh, we talked about Death Prophet as a pushing hero, and it will be Weeha.
Middle tower.
Fast blasting down the mid tower. Now
too
Burning
late.
even forced to TP, and he's too late. He's gonna miss on the pounce. Well, Dark Pact and back off. Now FY a bit late to the party, and then the power shot. That one won't miss. Now they've got the
they
track
took
going
that.
on to FY. He's not yet level 6. He's got to be careful about his initiation burning. Almost caught out Puppy, committing the static storm here. They will back away. Pi also retreating, but now the track vision, making life a lot trickier. Ice. They are going to get the D ward here. I knew the bounty was in the woods, but still. Very reactive play from Vici.
Yeah, and both teams just slightly misfiring. First, the Slark TP. It's really hard for Vici to, unless the Clockwork initiates, they're not really guaranteed to find kills with their safe lane farmer TPing in, which is a big investment for Vici Gaming at this stage when they are being outfarmed. And then similarly, Disruptor slightly misfires with the Glimpse Kinetic Field Static Storm combo onto the Slark, which may have led to a kill if they'd been able to properly lock him down. But either way, Secret come out on top. They're out farming Vici Gaming. They take the T1 mid tower without it getting denied and continue to look to apply pressure here.
Moving towards Ice now. Pylai Die continues his deep roam through the enemy jungle. See Burning. Seems like he wants to fight gods, but he's not all that farmed at this point.
I don't think Vici, they've got 2 Midases. Like, right now, they're already down a significant margin as far as farm goes, and going for a double Midas, that's 4,000 gold worth of this farm that doesn't really contribute much to a team fight. They'll find pickoffs, but any full-on 5v5 fight will not be favorable to them. Yeah, you're versing an anti-mage who a lot of his farm is in items that don't help him fight until he's got like a Vlad's plus Manta style, but level 2 Mana Void alone can offer a lot. Death Prophet, you have to chew through that mana pool a lot to get out your Crypt Swarms as well as the Exorcism, and that's just going to lead to potential cleanup for Eternal Envy in a fight.
Well, going back to what you said earlier, we often look at Death Prophet the way... Oh, smoke down the mid lane here, Secret. Looking for the jump, it's a short glimpse back, but Super's still good. Oh, just skirts away! And now pops the ultimate. Secret, they want to disengage. They have baited out the open FYs here to look to turn it. Ice Blast coming through, connects on Misery, and then Oh! Static Storm by Puppy saving the day there. Almost got the 2-hero cog grab. Instead, Weehaw gonna back off, but Puppy will get run down. The sacrificial play. Saving the Wii Ranger, though. Definitely seems like it was worth it in the end for the Disruptor.
Yeah.
But also worth it for Vici. We got 2 kills, save Super, and now move down mid.
Just getting the great initiation there. Secret again, misfiring a little bit when they went in with the glimpse onto Super. If they're going to be the ones jumping in and going in first, they've got to make sure they latch on and get the kill and prevent Super in that situation from getting off the Exorcism or any spells, unless he's going to die instantly, so... Secret give a little bit back to Vici Gaming.
Gonna be a TP top now for Misery. Stuff his own Midas online, so like you said, it's been very much a game of farm for both teams. Of course, Envy, the one truly winning that battle for now to 8A net worth nearly. Generally, we have seen the Vlad's Manta build as kind of the standard anti-mage build gods. Any reason to deviate from that here?
Nope.
Alright, so then after that, we'll see if he wants to fight or if he wants to play the rat game. As FY, mad that Puppy's dewarding him. Nope. It'll take out his frustration on the Sentry Ward.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, for now, Vici Gaming are basically saying, well, we can't stop, but they can't do anything about the anti-mage free farm, so looking to make the best of their side of the map with the double Midas. FY is going to do his typical greedy FY things where he tries to position himself such that he can be a core hero, and Fenrir, as usual, kind of suffering as a result, but how often do you see a 6-0 hero have the lowest net worth at 15 minutes in? 1,600 net worth when he's 6-0.
He got all those kills really early, and that's literally all he's gotten ever since.
Yeah.
9 CS.
Ice at bottom.
He does have dust here, but that's because the Wii Ranger is nearby. That's why Ice doesn't want to fight. Gonna get shackled. Power shot connects as well. He runs in. He's committing on to Weeha. Silence. Pushed back by the cogs. Earn is there. Yule, that's going to set up for round 2. Round 2 is death for Weehaw.
Secret just, they're spread so thin and they're kind of getting slightly baited here by Vici Gaming. It's very much like Vici Gaming, much weaker in an overall fighting sense. They're out farmed, but every time these little clashes break out, Vici Gaming bring in 3-4 heroes and Secret only have a couple. They're just overestimating like how far ahead they are and trying to use these bounty hunters to kind of force the issue too much on the side of Team Secret.
But to some extent, it really is space created, though, as continue to see Well, Envy just racking up the creep score. 170 CS, the next closest a Slark with 100. 70 up, gods.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard game to deal with an anti-mage. And looking at the side of Vici Gaming, you kind of always, like, you give anti-mage free farm, have you got the lamp to deal with him? They haven't got the best damage to lock him down. When they want to come in Exorcism, maybe you can kill him off, but once he has Manta, he can get out of the Death Prophet silence. The Blink Wraith King stun can be disjointed as well by a Manta style.
You can see Envy's just, he's not afraid. He's farming mid under their tier 2. And he knows there's almost nothing that they can really do about it. Maybe if they get that hook into like a silence from Super, then they'd have a chance, but you see Super bottom and the kill potential simply isn't there. Oh, Puppy. Looks like he was maybe worried about Vici Gaming diving him, so he'll try to stall things down, clear out the wave.
Deep pushing
get the
Static
hell
Storm.
out. Yeah.
Not a way you'd normally see it
Stalling
also
tactics
used.
and then escape tactics, but they're going to keep on going.
Showing some good understanding of how where things stand right now, that they aren't going to defend that bottom tier 1, and 80-second cooldown, it will be back up before another fight breaks out.
Normally he's the split pusher, but this time it's Turtle Envy going in. They are going to hook now. They got the silence available to Cog back into the silence. Now they get the Crypt Storm going. Exorcism, not enough.
Dire's top tower.
Chasing instead onto Weeha. Can't get the kill either. This mobility from Secret Gods, it really seems to be too much for Vici here in the mid game.
Yeah, and they've got mobility. Vici Gaming have not the best catch. It's, Clockwork alone, he needs follow-up to get any of these kills. He's not a solo killer, and until you see a Wraith King with decent damage items and a Blink Dagger, we're not going to see pickoffs come their way.
Nah, that's my haste turn, says Puppy. Just toy with Super now. Well, how do they deal with this, Gods? They're getting outmaneuvered. The Death Prophet ult's yet to take big objectives.
They go for the late game. They hope for Eternal Envy to create some art, as they say, perhaps later on, because they don't have an anti-mage counter. They can keep on farming. Death Prophet does scale very well with items. Same for the Slark, but it's always going to be a matter of you go, you try and group up, do what your lineup's meant to do around the Death Prophet, which is kind of 5-man, take Roche, take towers, but Envy's always going to be split pushing, and you haven't got the lineup to catch and punish that split push. So very much a waiting game for Vici Gaming, where they'll wait out the mistakes and wait for opportunities to come to them.
They want Burning. They're going to start with the Static Storm. They then doom him, track him as well. This is a big old pile of gold, and they're going to get it for 4 heroes. Ice, Ice, Ice. He knows they need to get something as the reply, but he gets shackled. Ice, Ice, Ice. Unable to get the hook off there. Mid-animation gets pushed back. Just look for the staggered retreat rocket cooling down. Dire team going to continue pursuit, but it's dangerous. And little do they know, there's actually an Aghanims now on the Wind Ranger as Envy takes full advantage of this. Pushing him bottom, just pulling Vici Gaming apart. FY will TP in, but he's got no backup here. Has not even skilled up the ultimate yet, and it looks like even if he does, he's still going down. Again, the grab, Ewo back to top lane, we're Super. Shackle coming through, not going to connect. They get off the Ice Blast on the Wind Ranger. Can they finish him off, though? Not able to do so. Ice, Ice, Ice getting glimpsed back out of the picture after the hook was committed. Weeha runs away. Everywhere Vici move, they're just getting outnumbered, outdamaged, completely outplayed.
This game's starting to look very grim for Vici Gaming. They've got to make something happen and something happen soon. Playing a farming game with the Midases while they're getting out-farmed, out-split pushed, and even the team fight's not working at all for Vici right now. Track money as
Just look
well.
at Envy's net worth. This is feeling like an Alchemist game.
And that's a hero who's not getting track gold. He's not coming to the fights.
Imagine if he does. No need to for Secret for now. Envy farmed the enemy Ancients. Just not only is he doing a good job with his own movement, guys, but they've got great wards for him. So he knows generally where it's safe to go. Vici Gaming showing quite a few heroes on the map. So he blinks back in bottom. Pretty much has the Manta style now. Just afford it.
There's just too many threats on the map right now. It's the AM who can split push. It's the secret team fight with the Disruptor and the Wind Ranger Shackles. It's the pick-off potential of a Doom and Bounty Hunter. And on top of that, there's like all these crazy X-Factor things, like an AM who can even sneak his way into the Roshan pit. There's too many things you've got to be concerned about.
Well, at long last, Vici gonna find the Bounty Hunter, but this is fool's gold. The least important hero as far as deaths go.
It's very much that Vici Gaming can only be ever really solving one or maybe two of these problems at any given time.
Misery on the dive. He's chasing after Ice Ice Ice. He knows quite a few heroes were mid. Doesn't look like that Doom will be quite enough damage, though he will drop this. Be forced all the way back to base. And, well, he will survive, but he's also out of the picture. That means your big team fight specialist not available to help the mid lane, where Super's been glimpsed into a static storm. Ice Blast coming in, will connect on two, but they need more backup. They don't have it. Super's down. Fenrir going for the TP out. Void says no again. Envy slamming the door on the Ancient Apparition once more.
And the comeback for this
Flawless
lineup.
showing here down the stretch.
It just doesn't feel like there is the comeback potential there. The Death Prophet has just been a non-factor. The farming Slark has got a Shadow Blade, but very much an item which you can't fight into Team Secret with, and if he ever gets shackled or caught in a Static Storm or doomed, he's likely dead.
7-11, that is like the most misleading
Yep.
kill score I've ever seen. My god, they are far behind.
I mean, this is just Pylai in a nutshell. One of those players who probably has one of the worst KDAs in like competitive Dota for any player, but it just doesn't tell the whole story. What he gets done for his team, very much like this visionary tactic, like giving his team like the scouting information they need, creating space just by tanking the ganks for the rest of his teammates. And well, we've seen on past teams, we're seeing it here with Team Secret. The space he's creating, just giving Secret a massive Game 3 lead.
Yeah, we saw it in the Rupert game as well. Had those 5 early deaths, didn't seem to phase him in the slightest. Is Burning going to move in? Ice Blast, quite off the mark. There's a Doom available soon, but Burning, thinking about going in anyway. He's going to come in on the Puppy. Rocket's going to come through, needs to hit that out, actually. Might not even matter, he gets doomed. Chased on the way out, needs to get to the fog here. The hook comes through from Ice Ice Ice, trying to slow down Misery, and well, it will save Clark from potential doom, but... So, Misery able to walk away.
Once the Doom gets an Aghanim Scepter, this game gets a whole lot harder for the Slark. Looks like Shivers will be picked up first, but do imagine Ags at some stage will be picked up just to counter the Slark.
It just feels like it's always space created for Secret. If a hero dies, 3 other heroes farm. Or you get a track kill, or you take a tower. Like, there's always some trade, and it's usually a favorable one for them.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is Secret are far enough ahead in terms of golden items that they probably could just 5v5 fight and not lose the team fight, but it's much safer and more effective to play the style that they're doing right now, which is just split the map, go for like the pick-off trades, but know that they are out-farming their opponents heavily.
Burning, he's found the hero he wants, he pounces on the Puppy, will blow him up. This could be an opening for Vici. They search forward,
It's a Roche trade.
the rest get away. And what do you know? Again, space created.
Yep, one of the
Story of this game.
the better trades Vici have got, a tier 1 and a pick-off, but for Secret they just know they're far enough ahead. Getting an Aegis means Envy can just split push without fear.
Speaking of Envy, he's looking to cut off the backliners.
Misery.
Misery will get surrounded by 3, but Envy's also going to be here as the Mono Void available, looking for the opening. Dark Pack coming out from Birdie as he tries to turn this one around the Shadow Dance. Not quite enough. They do get rid of the Aegis, but can they fight through round 2 is the real question here. Envy's coming back, and Envy is mad. Birdie retreating out. Follow-up is going to be here from Weehaw. Might be able to get that shackle off, just needs a bit of vision. There's the Mono Void, and one more auto tech should do him in. Track gold into Secret's
Hold on,
pocket.
see
They hunt
FY.
for more FY. Blinking out, but Envy about to blink forward. Has the Manta style. Will FY be able to get off the ultimate? There's the stun dodge. No, he actually canceled the stun. Still going to go down. It didn't have the mana in the end. Didn't get off the ultimate. No reincarnation. Another takedown. Another track kill for Secret.
Team Secret just now
They
gonna
did
go.
lose the Aegis, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's what the Ace is for. Winning you a team fight at this stage, and Envy now 4k gold. Another big item will be coming soon. Does get poked around by Burning, but not much Burning can do to fight into this AM. Oh, he's out of mana.
This is trouble. Mono Void. Currently not available on cooldown for 20 seconds. Ice 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 hooking in though. Is he getting out of here? There's a glimpse when he tries to run. Static Storm drop. Not going to connect on anyone, but that's okay. Focus fire. Will kill off Ice Ice Ice. Zoning back the other heroes. Now Fenrir getting glimpsed and devoured, quite literally. Another track kill for Secret. Rampaging through Vici Gaming here in game number 3.
Yeah, it just feels like options are running out for Vici Gaming. You're not going to turn around the game against an anti-mage with this much farm. If MB wants, he can just play it ultra safe, pick up something like a Heart of Terrask, and he's never dying, but you don't even need to go for the safe option. That's when you know you're in a fantastic position for Team Secret. It's not just about Envy right now. Weehaw, with his solo kill potentials, picked up a Crystallis, so there's more right-click DPS coming out. Misery with the Shivers is doing huge damage when he gets the Doom up on a key target as well, and for Vici Gaming, the Death Prophet experiment doesn't seem to be working.
How much of it is the Death Prophet versus like the lack of help that he got? Because he didn't have sentries when the lane started. The supports were occupied top lane. Do you pin it more on the hero, or do you think it's more about just the lack of support and Clearly pressure Secret put on it.
I think it's a lot of it's the hero. It's very surprising to see it picked into a bounty hunter, one of the heroes best at pressuring the mid lane, and you picking Death Prophet is just very risky there.
Yeah, they could have gone for a safer option, a Super Dragon Knight, maybe a TA, and well, Super shackled all over the place. Literally the million-mile shackle.
By the wand.
He's still dead. Twilight Knight will be the trade, but again,
Okay.
you're trading a core for support, and you're not done yet. And who's he want? Looking for Burn, or Ice rather, is gonna find him. We'll find the kill.
Got a relic. I guess he's just going to pick up the Abyssal Blade now for some insane kill potential.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I talked about Eternal Envy art. This
I've
could be
seen his anti-mage rapiers
the Mona
before.
Lisa of Eternal Envy games right now. If he picks up a rapier and loses it, but
Well, Xiaowei would really be calling him an artist then.
Is under attack.
Testing over on the
well,
of
he
the
could pick up a
Chinese
rapier and I don't see him dying is the crazy thing.
3,000 gold right now. He could definitely go for it if he wants to. Misery getting caught out. Chain
Oh,
stun
the
blasted
shackle.
down. They do also manage to get the super ultimate off, but the shackle shot doing a lot of work.
What's Envy
Fly
doing?
dropping low.
Get in
He's
there,
got
Envy.
the ultimate. He'd love to be able to get it off for once this fight, but no, Super's down, and Envy's jumping in. He's also going to finish off the Wraith King ultimate, forcing FY back. Shackle. For once it won't connect, but then it clips it back. You're not going anywhere, FY. Sliced up, spit out. Vici Gaming get blocked. And although this might be Vici Gaming's home turf, to some extent, Secret getting a lot of love from the crowd here as they move ahead to a 2-1 advantage, guys.
Yeah, we see the first kind of breakthrough as far as the overall strategies and drafts go. Two neck-and-neck games that could have gone either way, followed up by finally Secret kind of fitting in an anti-mage pick that Vici Gaming were not ready for, did not have answers to, and the Death Prophet just was not the answer this game.
And you see smiles, pretty relaxed conversation for Secret as they walk away with the win here in game number 3. They have Vici Gaming on match point, gods. If Vici Gaming want to come back and take the series, they have to win 2 in a row or